My name is Rosina. I'm a banker, I'm a biker, an event planner. I let one out. Salsa dancer. Let's go again, don't worry. Hello, once again. My name is Salsarozie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And thank you so much for the numerous subscriptions. I see all of them and I appreciate you. And I'm actually grateful for your comments, your suggestions. I know I can't do this without you, and I really, really do appreciate you. Now, for today, I'm going to handle a very sensitive topic. Now, before I introduce the topic, let me just give a bit of a background. So, I've received a lot of issues coming in and out, things I should discuss, things I should throw a bit, some light on. But something has jumped out at me, especially from most of the women that have contacted me, and that is women who have felt betrayed by other women, people that they see as friends, people that they thought they could run to when they needed help. And after discussing and then sharing a lot of things with them, there are certain common patterns I've noticed, and I felt like I should do a little piece on some of these things. People you should avoid calling friends, or people you should be so slow into making friends with, or certain kinds of friends that you should be wary of when you think that they are friends. Now, let's just jump right into it. The first thing. Now, when you meet someone for the very first time, and this whole friendship bestie thing happens like rocket science, or happens like the speed of light, you should be very, very wary. Usually, friendships that are quick to make are usually not substantial, as in they lack substance. So what happens is that you meet somebody, on the face of it, the next thing, 2-3 days, you are besties. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people you meet and then the energy is so electrifying. You can't wait to hang out with them, to meet them, but be cautious. Be cautious how you proceed with the friendship, because most often than not, the friendship becomes very artificial. You don't even know the person doesn't know you. And in the end, it could actually lead in very serious heartbreaks. So when you meet people for the first time, engaging them, at least get to know them very well. At least, get to know them substantially before you begin to call them your friends. Number two, there are this category of friends you meet, and then in a short space of time, they want to get to know everything that is happening in your life, especially things that are very intimate to you. What work you do, how you are doing anything, who you're hanging out with, who your boyfriend is, what's happening in your relationship, what's happening in your family. They just want to get everything. They want to get information all over around you. And guess what? Half the time, they're not even talking about themselves. But maybe they see an opportunity to speak to you because they think you are vulnerable, you're giving out information. Trust me, there are people who are out there who make quick friends by telling you things, by getting information from you. And guess what? They usually even tell you about other people. These friends are always bringing you information about other people. This person said this about you. This person did this to you. This person is doing this behind your back. And you are quick to believe that this is my Bonnie and Clyde. Now, trust me, such people, anybody who tells you extensively about people, how can you be sure that this person is not telling other people about you? So be very careful when you meet someone who professes to be a friend and quickly jumps into the bestie role and then decides to get into your intimate life and know everything that is going on with you. Be very careful. I would stay with caution, and you should. A lot of people have gotten bent by that. Now, the third one, we have friends who simply cannot tell you the truth. Now, what I mean is that, look, if you are my friend, I don't need you to always be on my good side. I need the truth from you. When I'm doing something right, I want to hear it. When I'm doing something wrong, I want to hear it. A good friend should be able to criticize you constructively, not insult you, put you down, but be able to criticize you constructively. If you are friends with someone who has never criticized you, who has never punched a hole in what you want to do, who has never had to dialogue to assess anything that you want to do, maybe that person is hanging around you because the person needs a favor from you, or because the person knows that they stand to gain something from you, or they stand to gain something from their affiliation with you. But a good friend is there to tell you when you're going wrong. So if you're a friend, or let's say you have a friend who has never ever diagnosed when you're doing something wrong, because half the time when we are doing things that are not good, we know this isn't good. We know it isn't good, but we ask for advice and do all of these things because we want someone to validate for us. When you have somebody who's always validating all your plans, those plans that I'm talking about, all those plans, trust me, that person is not a true friend. The person is just hanging around you, maybe for what they stand to gain. And maybe that's it. When the time is right, they'll probably just, distance themselves from you altogether. And then you are left alone and heartbroken. All right. Fourth point. Now, if you have a friend who genuinely cannot be happy for you when you are succeeding. Now, we have people that you break good news to. Had a promotion at work, you want to try something new, someone even gave you something, dashed you something, someone, something good happening in your life. You're about to get married, you're finally engaged, so many things. And then the next thing you know, they sort of like, okay, all right. They cannot afford to be happy with you. Be mindful of such people. Such people, underlining, they are full of envy. Sometimes they feel that they are the ones who are deserving of what is happening to you. So they can't take it that you're experiencing good news. And some of them, I think they are just haters, really. So you realize that you have people that when you take good news to, they just sort of like pour water into your gari and make you feel like it's not worth it. It makes you feel like, this good news is not even very good. And in some cases, they may even try and dampen your spirit so that thing that you see as good now isn't good. Now try this. There are some people that you're happy about something, you go and tell them about it, and before you leave their presence, you feel like, so it wasn't such a big deal after all. If it was a big deal to you, it is a big deal to you. And your friends should see what a big deal it is to you, celebrate with you, and rejoice with you accordingly. And then last but not the least, we have friends who make it their business to hang around people who dislike you, or people who are your enemies, or people that you dislike. Now, you can't be my friend and say that you are comfortable hanging out with people who don't like me. Because believe it or not, once we have conversations, you have conversations with these people, naturally things are going to move from my end to the other end. And trust me, it's not going to be pretty. I'm not saying that once you are someone's friend, that person should not talk to the whole world. But you know the kind of friendship I'm talking about. I don't believe in having grudges and not talking to people. But what I do believe in is knowing where your loyalty lies. So when you have a friend who you know is a true friend, you have no business being bestie with somebody who dislikes her. So if you have a friend who is a bestie of another friend, if you have a friend who is best friends with another person that you dislike, it is a big red flag. Because what you know is that everything that goes on between you and your friend definitely ends up in the ears of somebody that absolutely dislikes you or that you absolutely detest. For good reason maybe, it may be for bad reason. But the most important thing is that a friend has no business being in bed with somebody who does not like you. Now there we have it, some tidbits on certain people you should be wary of as friends. So if the friendship is coming up too quickly and all of a sudden it's just you and them, be very careful how you proceed. Half the time you look back and realize that these are people who have not maintained friendships for years. Such people actually have friendships that are very short-lived. You realize that they had good besties at one point, the next time another bestie, and now it is your turn. And that time is going to come where they will move on from you and have another bestie. So be very wary of the people you call friends. Friendship is a big deal. It takes time to grow friendship. It takes time to grow loyalty. It takes time to grow respect. So choose your friends wisely so that you limit the possibility of getting hurt. Thank you once again. This is Salsarozie. Thank you for watching me. I hope to bring another episode next time. Bye. If you do like this, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notification button so that you can get more of this content every week. Thank you. Or every day, whatever. Is it okay? Okay. Salsarozie.